I myself am going to be fighting as CEO on the next Misfit show, December 20th, here in Dubai. And if I'm going to fight, I mean, it's been a while. If I'm going to train and get in there, I may as well do it for a belt. And if it's going to be for a belt, it may as well be for the biggest one. So I, as CEO, order a mandatory title defense for the heavyweight Misfits belt between myself, Andrew, the top G, King Cobra Tate, against Chase Demore. You don't have a chance and you don't have a choice. Chase, you have to do it. It is mandatory. So I strongly recommend you train. You may be younger than I am, you may be more active, you may be bigger, but everybody has a plan until they're punched in the face.
Well, whatever plan he had in place certainly did not play out, because this is how it truly ended for him.
Demore right in front of him, continues to strike. Tate eating shot after shot, trying to escape. This could be the beginning of the end. 49 seconds. Demore has nothing but time. Pounding away. He'd be able to finish this. Tate trying to clinch for desperation, trying to stay alive. Demore.
Just like that. Now, before we get into it, I need you all to keep in mind that Andrew Tate is actually a very, very much accomplished and legitimate fighter in kickboxing. He had 86 fights, out of whom he won 76, lost 9, and drew 1. It's a very, very impressive record in kickboxing. On top of it as well, he was a 4-time world champion. So how does someone as accomplished as Andrew Tate goes from that to this? I mean, he spent more time hugging, kissing, being on his knees, doing anything but fighting and boxing. He might think his opponent Chase is or has to be a very, very good fighter. No, not at all. This guy is a newbie. This guy can't even fight. He might have the basic, the fundamentals down, but ultimately, his experience doesn't even come as close to Andrew Tate, and the guy literally can't fight. Have I said that he can't fight? Simply pathetic. The top G, the king, the top whatever he calls himself, Andrew Tate, lost to someone like that? What? We all thought Andrew Tate could fight. What about those videos of him, beating up people in the rings in Dubai, them running out of breath, bleeding, asking and begging for mercy? What happened? What happened to those videos? Where is this Andrew Tate? Where was he? This is the version of Andrew Tate that we know. The look, can't touch it. This is how the fight between Andrew Tate and Chase was meant to go. This is how. He was meant to beat him up, and Chase was meant to just give up, fall over, and just capitulate. But it didn't work out as he wished to. I didn't even bother watching the fight. That's how confident I was in him. Not to say I'm a fan of him. None of y'all dislike or hate him. I just don't care about the guy. I got my own life to live. However, seeing the clips and the highlights that I watched, where he spent most times getting punched in the face and getting hit by a cartoon-like uppercut that no former professional fighter, no matter what, should be getting hit by. To summarize it all, the fight was absolutely laughable on Andrew Tate's side. Chase hit it well, hit it good. For someone who generally can't fight at all, like who doesn't know how to box, it's a big accomplishment for him. And he did really, really well. Like, you can't expect more from someone that's new into the world of boxing. But nonetheless, the main question still stays. How did Andrew Tate lose the fight that he was meant to win? It was all set up perfectly for his so great return. The reason is actually quite simple. I mean, all these clips that we were accustomed to seeing of Andrew Tate on the internet, of him fighting and beating up people, those people were simply just your normal average Joe. Them people that are behind the internet, the keyboard, just talking shit. They have no experience in fighting whatsoever. They've probably never even touched a glove in their entire life. So obviously, of course, Andrew Tate is going to be looking like the real top G that he is, beating up people that have zero experience in fighting. No wonder he looks so good. No wonder, pause there. No wonder everyone thinks Andrew Tate can still fight. Even then, nonetheless, that is still not a reason for him to lose a fight. Bear in mind, this guy has a professional record of 86 fights. 86. Where he won the heavy majority out of those fights. So it still doesn't explain that he should have lost to Chase. He should have had the experience and at least, the very least, the instincts to beat Chase. Do you want to know why I think and believe that Andrew Tate lost the fight? It's very, very simple. There were 3 huge factors that were in play. 1, he didn't take his opponent serious. 2, he didn't prepare as well as he should have against his opponent. And 3, which was probably the main and the biggest factor, is that his life is not disciplined at all. He has zero stamina. All he has been doing, that you always see him do in his videos, is drink, smoke, and have a lot of sex. So if you continuously, consistently drinking and smoking and aren't in shape, then you will run out of stamina, which was clearly evidential in the videos I have showed you between the fight of him and Chase. He had zero stamina. He ran out of gas after, I believe, the 2nd or 3rd round. And Chase, even though he could not fight, and clearly wasn't as experienced as Andrew Tate, he had more gas in the tank. Hence, he outlasted him, and even though his punches were absolutely atrocious, he could at least still throw punches, and inevitably they landed on a tired Andrew Tate. I'm not trying to make excuses for him at all. All I'm trying to say is he clearly overestimated himself and completely disregarded the fact that he is not in shape. And all that talk that he was doing was absolutely bullshit. Now, let's give Andrew Tate some grace, right? As a top G that he is, at least he won't make any excuses for himself. He will take that defeat on his chin, pause, like the man that he is, right? And will simply just accept defeat and congratulate his opponent, right? That's what you would think. But this is what he had to say after the fight.
Yeah, I'm 10 years out, 4 years old. Gave it my all, but he's tough. I don't know what to say. He's really tough. Congratulations to him.
Do you think we'll be able to see you in here again?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back, watch the fight, make a decision, but Chase deserves this win. I'm really happy for him, genuinely.
Do you have a message to all the fans back home that are watching you?
It's better to try and lose than not try at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So manly, right? And here he goes with the excuses straight away. The guy was so full of excuses straight after getting his ass whooped, begging on his knee, that even his own brother, Tristan Tate, in the back, couldn't believe what he was hearing and seeing. Like, the guy couldn't even look at his brother anymore. He kept looking away. His eyes just kept moving away, literally left, like, as if he hadn't made enough excuses after the fight. You would think, you know what, cool, at least he will stop there. No, it got even worse.
Yeah, obviously I didn't get the result I wanted, but truthfully the result I wanted was to see if I could still do it. 40 years old, 10 years retired, a little bit of time in a Romanian dungeon. It was always going to be a big ask against someone so much bigger than me, younger than me, more active than me, but I wanted a real challenge. I didn't want to fight a tin can. I didn't want to fight someone older than me or smaller than me. You know, I felt like I won the first 2 rounds. And then because he's 20 kilo heavier, he started leaning on me and sapped some energy. But I didn't quit. Never give up. Never retreat. Never surrender. Fight to the end. Go out on your shield. So I have no excuses. Training camp went fantastic. Time is the fire in which we all burn. Unfortunately, a 40-year-old's not a 22-year-old. But I gave it my absolute all, and I have nothing but respect for Chase. I have no excuses.
Bro, what are you trying to do? What are you doing? Are you complimenting Chase or are you making excuses? Which one is it? Like, it's either one or the other. How are you making excuses and at the same time trying to compliment your opponent? That's not what a real top G will do. That's not what a real alpha male masculine man will do, right? I mean, if that wasn't already bad enough, so straight after he lost the fight and got his ass whooped, he made excuses. And if that wasn't enough, he kept on making more excuses. The guy went on X and started typing like a keyboard warrior with this bullshit excuse. You think I lost? I invested 10 million on myself to lose at 780 odds while you cried over the fight. I walked away with 88 million in profit. I didn't get beat, I got paid. Losing is the new winning. That is the biggest hypocritical thing Andrew Tate has done. All this image about being an alpha male, about being a top G, whatever, he's probably a bottom G at this point right now. He is right now, for the third time in a row, after making plenty of excuses, straight after the fight and then the post-conference, he carried on the internet on X with more excuses, trying to make himself look like, it was all planned, it was all meant to be. And of course, you have all these minions, all these Andrew Tate dick riders believing that nonsense. But people that have their own mind, have their own brain, obviously see through this bullshit, this facade. There's nothing wrong with losing. But if you're portraying a certain image, and then after you get your ass whooped live in front of millions of viewers, subsequently after that fight, start making excuses after excuses after excuses when you always out here pretend to preach that, oh, a man should never this, a man should never that, blah, 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 but yet you're doing the same thing that you always preach against. Well, what a top G, right? I just hope after this situation that many people start waking up and come to realize Andrew Tate is not who and what he claims to be. With that being said, I wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy Festive Seasons, and Happy New Year's. And make sure you like and subscribe. Peace out.